guy Eric Metaxas, who's a big Trumper, by the way, and a true Q. Let's make no mistake. Eric Metaxas is a QAnon believer. He's talking to Lou Dobbs, who's no longer on Fox News. I don't know possibly why anybody would want to ever get rid of Lou Dobbs, but
folks, you will not believe how much you save at MyPillow.
Jesus, is everything on the right paid for with Mike Pillow's shit now?
Every time I go home to Connecticut, to Danbury, and I visit my dad, who's going to be 94 soon, he says, Eric, can you find out what's happening with Lou Dobbs? I said, Dad, I
don't know who Lou Dobbs is.
I'm not sure what's going on with Lou Dobbs, but my father loves Lou Dobbs so much that every time I go home, he asks me, can you find out what happened with Lou Dobbs?
Okay, and he's definitely going to regret asking that question.
What's he doing? What are his plans?
Yeah, I mean, we've all missed him. I mean, there were certain...
And my father keeps hammering this, and I'm ready to explode. I said, I got to get a hold of Lou Dobbs. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Lou Dobbs. Lou, welcome to the program.
Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Why do I feel like Lou Dobbs just offered me ice cream to get in his car? Good God. Yipes. Hello, little girl. Where are you? What is this?
The program.
Eric, it's great to be with you and your father. My best to him as well as you.
Listen, my dad loves you so much.
This is so wonderful. And I feel like we're all just a passenger in your car, Lou.
And so do zillions of others, actually.
Lou Dobbs has pants soup.
I confess I'm one of the zillions. And so we have missed you like crazy because we do love you. And so when my father...
Yeah, people miss you so much. It was wrong of Fox to kick you to the curb because you were going to cost them $1.8 billion.
Asked that question. Part of the reason it annoys me is because I myself want to know, where can I hear from Lou Dobbs? So Lou, let me ask you the first question, just to...
Are you going to be on Frank?
To get this settled. Do you have anything planned beyond this show? I know this is pretty big to be on my show, but do you have anything beyond this planned in the short term besides waiting in the car for your wife to be done with her dental appointment?
Well,
this is adorable. I feel so much closer to both of them. Is he in? Did he get Mark Levin's old set?
Right now, that's my number one mission, is to be sure I'm a solid and reliable waiter on her. But here in Midtown Manhattan, and thank you for accommodating me.
How can he even sit there with all the crime and stuff like that? I mean, that's not rain, is it? That has to be blood, like clear New York blood, right? Is gang blood clear? I don't know. I have to figure this part of it out. I mean, I don't understand how he can even live there with all the policies. Is he forced to stay in his car?
Here on the streets. It's I've got a lot.
Lou Dobbs on the streets.
Planned. We're getting ready to do some social media, and I can't get into any of it.
No, please don't. Let me guess. You're going to be on Frank.
For lots of reasons, because we would
legally
want to spoil the surprise for anyone.
Yeah, I would feel like, man, it's a sweater. It's a tennis racket.
But we're getting...
Oh, that's adrenochrome all over the car? That makes sense. It's got to be clear, right, Bronwyn Fox? It has to be.
Ready for a social media rollout. New website is being constructed.
So
so good. A website. Let me guess. LouDobbs.net.
Kind of a program where you actually get to opine on the news of the day.
Oh,
yeah, kind of like Mike Huckabee with a shrimp allergy.
Opine I will. Opine is assured.
Really? This is great news. Do you have a...
Yeah, so exciting. Is it a Newsmax thing or is it real?
A month, a week when this might be happening?
It couldn't possibly be soon enough, and it will always feel too far away.
No date yet.
No, well, sometime in the next 2 weeks, right after Trump puts out his healthcare plan.
But imminent, and we're excited about the rollout.
Plan?
Yeah, so excited. I couldn't even go in to a building and talk about it because people might hear and then steal TV.
Are in the works. Now, if only I could get my dad to figure out how to use social media. I don't see that happening. So I'll have to tee it up. We'll put it on my YouTube channel. There you go.
There you go. We're going to make it easy for everybody.
Yeah, he's going to have his own YouTube channel. I mean, basically, Frank.
Now, listen, no joke. So many people love you, and I was just tickled.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think you can count on both hands.
Death that you were willing to come on here. And
I don't know how he even made time.
I want to explain to people watching the video of this. This was not planned. You are in a car. It's raining outside, and
Yeah, that part we can actually see.
And you are what? You're taking your wife to a dental
Yeah, we got that too. You already mentioned that part.
Appointment. You see, I'd like to think that when I get to your level in the business, I will have staff take care of that kind of stuff. I'm not going to.
Yeah, I don't want to interact with my wife.
Get in the car and drive my wife. We have people. We have people to do that. Currently, I don't have people, but you also don't have people. You're such a good husband that you're doing this. This is really, people don't see the human side of Lou Dobbs like this.
No, absolutely not. And we still haven't. I'm not completely convinced he's not waiting on a hooker.
This is beautiful, Lou.
He just got a car job, and he's just waiting for a light.
Well, and I also take out the trash and do a few other things.
Just like a real person. It's unbelievable. Okay,
that's what his dad loves about you, Lou.
So but you have been silent because
I'm starting to rethink the Greg Gutfeld clip. I apologize for the absolute boredom of the right wing today.
You left the Fox Business Channel. Anything you can say about that?
No. He didn't leave. He was shown the door.
That I don't know if you're you signed something and you're not able to mention the word Fox or even pronounce the F, just the F sound. I don't know.
It's obviously we're in a
I got a settlement and they're paying me to shut up.
Quiet period, and I have to observe that. But at the same time, the truth is there is no animus on my part toward Fox whatsoever.
After this lawsuit's over, I'd love to come back. They're just not going to have me, but I look forward to my future on CBN.
There's an old.
I will say for the record that it is my opinion that Lou Dobbs is, if somebody tried to use a can of Fix-A-Flat on Pat Robertson.
Saying in our business, it's ownership's candy store, and they make the rules. So
ownership's candy store, they make the rules. That's amazing. Lou Dobbs will be an Uber driver, right? Oh my God! Can you imagine? Like he ends this interview by going, "I got a fare. I got a fare."
There it is.
That's
airport or let me pop the trunk for you. I don't do bags.
It's very diplomatic of you. I have to say, a lot of people.
Yeah, the video's all loud today. It's very strange. Hold on 1 second.
Because they love you so much, they were very angry. I can say this, very angry at Fox, and I'm one of them. Actually, I'm two of them. That's how angry I am. And let me say that
you and your dad.
Reason people love you is because you speak your mind and you give voice to what a lot of people are thinking, but they don't know quite how to say it or quite what to think. And
yeah, you're great at articulating the bullshit that people have bouncing around and smashing into itself inside their skulls.
And so that's one of the reasons you're missed. So since I do have you on the program, I just want to talk to you about the news of the day. Where do you?
Oh, thank God we get Lou Dobbs' take on.
Where do you think we are in this country? Where do you think we are, and where do you think we may be going?
Well, let me start with where I think we are, because that's frankly the more obvious. We are now with a president who refused to answer the questions straightforwardly as a candidate, who has now made it very clear he's going to make every effort. With a high probability of success, to pack the Supreme Court of the United States. This is something he avoided throughout the campaign. It was not his finest or most...
Except for the part where they just showed that clip on the other show where he went, no.
Candid moment.
And he started a commission to ask them if they think it's a wise thing to
in
do.
his campaign, among, I would say, a number of such moments. So I think, this is just the latest development in altering what is America, our government, and the relationship with the government.
Yeah, I always thought it was a mistake when the government actually started using computers. You know what I mean? Like it fundamentally altered what we were as a country. You know what I mean? Like the invention of the machine gun was really screwed with that whole Second Amendment. Everybody can have whatever they want in their house. Like it got really complicated and stuff. The things are so much easier when thou shalt not kill, and if somebody kills somebody, then we kill them. That seems so easy to understand. And then we got all this first, second, third degree manslaughter nonsense.
The government. That seems to be the overriding cause of this.
Yeah, I'm waiting for somebody to come by on his glass and go, knack, knack, knack. License and registration, please. I thought it was my taser.
Administration. It is a very difficult moment, and it's being expressed in so many different ways, whether it be a policy statement that is clearly directed toward reversing decades of
things.
You just cut out there, Lou. I think
yeah, it's so good. This is
we just lost. Go ahead. Please say what you just said again, because you just cut out in the last 4 seconds there.
My apologies. It's clear that there's an effort to change the relationship between the governed and the government.
This is I feel we're really hitting on something very specific right now.
To make the government larger and more ubiquitous, if such a thing is imaginable in our lives.
Yeah, is there a bigger government than during the Trump years?
And to diminish the role of the individual and the power of.
Well, of course, unless they're black or AAPI, right?
Each of us as citizens.
Well, by detailing it in the way you did, by being specific about it, you.
Wait, was he specific about it? I'm sorry. I just thought we were all watching a paint by numbers flail of a like a Pollock painting.
Make it sound almost like, well, these things can happen, but the problem is that if you do the things that you just mentioned, you fundamentally
let me guess, change the fundamentals of our fundamental democracy.
Race America. The founders' vision of America
had a lot to do with everybody wearing high stockings and wigs and wooden teeth.
The vision that we have lived out by God's grace for almost 2.5 centuries.
Which had the decency to keep us on planet and away from the moon for decades. That was a mistake. Is
erased once you have government doing the things that the Biden administration, and that's in quotes, is.
Why is it in quotes? Oh, because it's not him, it's Kamala Harris.
Doing. When you talk about changing the Supreme Court, that would be like somebody saying, like, you know what, I think we're going to, here's what we're going to do. We're going to annex Mexico. They're part of America. In other words, this is so fun.
Yeah, that's what it's like. Adding 4 Supreme Court justices, which, of course, any subsequent Republican administration will be able to replace members of over time. And what, by the way, would only give us a 2-vote edge in the current setup. All right.
Fundamental and so gigantic that it does really change everything.
Yeah, I think adding 4 Supreme Court justices, adding 1 per circuit, is the same as us annexing Mexico.
I don't think many people have the context even to process how big these changes are.
Well, they certainly don't have the analogies to explain it.
I think that, and partly the reason for that, if you will, suspended cognitive realization on the part of the American people is because the national media, it's left wing, but nonetheless, it is the national media, is not in any way bringing critical judgment or great energy to their responsibilities to be either a watchdog or to challenge power. In fact, they're simply accepting and indeed lining up with this administration in the most complicit and passive manner possible.
Well, they don't actually have an active choice in bills getting passed or anything that could speak about it, but it might be, just maybe, and I'm going to float this out. I know this might sound insane to you, Lou Dobbs, but it might be that what this administration is presenting is actually appreciated by a vast majority of voters, even a plurality of Republicans in some cases.
It's
Yes, Lou is the getaway driver.
it is a
You remember Baby Driver? He's like Bulbous Driver.
frightful thing for this republic, this constitutional republic, and for every American citizen to look at what is happening at our borders, in which we are watching sovereignty be simply, if not altogether abolished, diminished in favor of unlimited immigration into the United States, and at the same time,
This is great quality so far.
a
By the way, this is the best Lou Dobbs has ever looked.
government that has more
Why does it look like Lou Dobbs is motorboating someone?
troops in Washington, D.C. than currently in Afghanistan, and it appears that
There are more troops in D.C. than there are in Afghanistan. Is that a problem? Do we not? What?
that's
All right, I gotta say, I'm so done with Lou Dobbs.